The city of Jakarta stands today as one of the world's largest in terms of population and economy. It strives itself as Indonesia's economic driver, contributing more than 200 billion US dollars in annual output to Indonesia's total gross domestic product. What makes Jakarta so special, however, is that the city has transformed itself from nothing to Southeast Asia's largest in terms of population and is looking to become its largest city in terms of economy in the coming decades. Back in 1870, the city of Jakarta had a minimal population registering just around 65,000 people. Today, however, we know that Jakarta stands abundantly above all with over 10.7 million. With so many people and the economy going in and out and around the city, one may ask, what is the strongest driver of Jakarta's economy? Well, Jakarta today is basically Indonesia's financial and economic district. It doubles itself as a city rich in banking, trading, and financial industries, but not limited to such, as the city is also a driver in manufacturing, being one of its largest contributing and manufacturing services from electronics to automotive, chemicals, and biomedical sciences. The majority of Indonesia's largest corporations are even stationed within the city, from Pertamina to the Salim Group. The city is also home to the Indonesian Stock Exchange and Indonesia's central bank. This, in simpler terms, implies how important a small part of Indonesia is. Jakarta has over 18 billionaires, which is quite surprising since Jakarta's overall livability is not quite on par with other nations' capital, but its billionaires still choose to live there. To accommodate these large people and economy, however, Jakarta has become rather special on its own. It has its own state-of-the-art infrastructure projects that are thoroughly enhanced and implemented. While most people would think it is because of its population, where it certainly needs to constantly improve its city transportation, well, it is not just that. Jakarta is arguably home to the most productive people in the entire Indonesian nation. On a per capita basis, each individual living in central Jakarta has over 47,735 USD nominal per capita on a GDP basis. This per capita could argue how productive a person may be, but it still shows how much these individuals produce in Jakarta compared to outside of the city. Due to these productive figures, the government would more than likely create many top-notch programs to cater to them, to enable them to have a more free-flowing life, where they could far exceed and create more productive measures that will be of benefit to the entire Indonesian economy. Aside from transportation agendas, Jakarta has also produced many sport complexes around the city. Each has been regarded as some of the best in the entire world. It has catered to nearly 100,000 visitors for every important event and has been used by some of the world's largest athletic and entertainment programs. Amongst the many regarded programs aside from infrastructures, Jakarta is also home to the best educational institutions, from the University of Indonesia to many major international schools, which are all producing the best human capital the country can have. This is why Jakarta is home to many startups, some of which have gone on to receive unicorn status, meaning a $1 billion valuation. Finally, the government of Jakarta has constantly been running at surpluses, meaning that it makes more than it spends. It gets this money from taxes and non-tax revenues and has to spend it to pay down its workforce, such as policemen, to infrastructure programs. The Jakarta regional budget is estimated to be over $6.3 billion, which has consistently grown over the years as the economy picks up and its population continues to boom. Unfortunately, however, the only issue we could truly find that may be hampering Jakarta's future is due to the implications of moving the capital. Since we now know that the new capital is going to be Kalimantan, we are going to surely see that Jakarta and the entire Java island will experience less growth, led by a decrease in foreign investments and domestic stimulation. That is not to say that Jakarta will not grow anymore. No, what we mean is that Jakarta will have to share its growth with the rest of Indonesia as presented by the government of Indonesia, moving the entire country from Java-centric to Indonesian-centric. Will that harm Jakarta? Well, let us know what you think. Thanks for watching.